climate change, and energy independence. We need a leader who will be able to guide us into a new economy based on alternative fuels and such as wind and solar instead of dirty fossil fuels. A president who will support tax credits for renewable energy projects and the creation of 5 million green collar jobs that will uplift this nation out of its recession and restore its standing among the world leaders. Energy independence is critical to the United States if it wishes to free itself from the influence of terrorist organizations which we are indirectly funding through our purchase of oil. How can this be achieved? We can achieve this through using our natural resources such as solar and wind. We have many natural resources in the United States, such as the wind corridor in the Midwest and the endless sunlight in California, which we can use to our advantage. However, it is not nearly enough just to invest in renewable energy. We must also focus on energy-efficient products. Pouring all that money into renewable energy doesn't make sense if it's going to be wasted on inefficient products. So there must be a greater push for Energy Star appliances, buildings that meet the LEED standards, and cars with greater fuel economy. McCain may be long on the rhetoric, but his voting record clearly paints a different picture. He has consistently voted against setting federal renewable standards and other legislation that would have promoted energy independence. McCain's plan for offshore drilling, nuclear power, and liquid coal will further contribute to global warming and only bring us further away from the goal of energy independence. Obama's plan is clearly the solution Americans are looking for and not the crusade that McCain is presenting.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank the Democrats for basically agreeing with 95% of John McCain's policies. Nuclear energy, however, is the way to go. That is the key behind John McCain's plan because nuclear energy is the most efficient form of energy we have. 93% efficient, to be factual. And the best thing about nuclear energy is that it produces absolutely zero CO2. So to say that nuclear energy would lead to more global warming is absolutely a fallacy. Right now, 2.2 pounds of uranium is capable of producing the same amount of energy as 20,000 times more coal. Basically, it's a clean way of producing energy, it's a safe way of producing energy thanks to modern technology, and most importantly, it's a very cheap way of producing energy. All the expenditures that would go into one nuclear power plant can be paid off in 5 months of production, which is key. And John McCain's plan is to produce 45 nuclear power plants across the United States in the next 30 years, which would definitely just about double the size of our power produced from nuclear fuels. Currently in France and other nations throughout the world, nuclear power is basically bringing in a new economic boom for those states, and that is what we need here in the United States. Right now, 41% of our current international trade deficit is due to foreign oil. And that's one of McCain's key policies. That's one of our key policies of the Republican Party. Get away from foreign oil. It's not good for us economically, and it's certainly not good for us in terms of national security. Currently, Russia, Iran, Venezuela, and other rogue states throughout the world who control substantial supplies of oil are basically playing with American foreign policy, threatening our future, and we have to stop that. So McCain's policies are very simple. 1, build up a strong nuclear system here within the United States, which is clean, safe, and inexpensive within 30 years. 2, support fuel which is basically cheaper to produce. Also, drill here in the U.S. We have 77 million cubic feet of natural gas off the coast, and currently under Binghamton itself, there are about 500 trillion cubic feet of natural gas just waiting to be drilled. Of that, 10% can be accessed today and power the entire United States heating economy for about 2 years. These are the things that John McCain is focusing on. He wants a cleaner, safer form of energy for the United States, which does not rely upon foreign aid.
Thank you. By lot, it has been drawn that the first question will go to John Jensen. What's your position on drilling in Anwar and offshore, and how will that affect the economy in the short and long term?
Well, Our position on drilling in ANWR is actually a bit split. Sarah Palin, being governor of Alaska, has been pushing very strongly for ANWR. John McCain was a bit more reluctant. He has been very dedicated to protecting the environment. But we've been doing research within the Republican Party and find that drilling in ANWR can be done safely and effectively. And as the Democrats have said, oh, if you drill in ANWR, you won't see any oil for 10 years. That's a complete lie. Not only will you see that oil within 2 years, but also the effect psychologically it'll have on people who are out in the market buying and selling commodities of oil and petroleum. That's going to be what will really save the economy right now. We need investors to be secure in the knowledge that American oil is safe and that it's something that's worth investing in. And so that's generally our policy. Drill in ANWR, but more importantly, begin drilling immediately offshore. There are safe ways of doing it. Here in the United States, we pride ourselves on strong environmental regulations. John McCain has pushed for these. And we think there's an environmentally friendly way of drilling offshore while still managing to get ourselves off the ground.
Sorry, just calm. You have time. Go up. Okay.
That's
Sometimes you calm. Oh.
That's it.
All right, we got it now. Can everyone in the back here, by the way? Okay. I didn't catch your name? Josephine has 90 seconds for a rebuttal.
The Democrats are strongly opposed to drilling in ANWR. We disagree with the Republican stand that it can be safe, and that even with this new technology, drilling in ANWR will still not be safe for the environment, and the effects will be long-lasting, even if the oil will not last that long. In addition, we are not entirely opposed to offshore drilling, but we only see it to be used as a last resort after all other resources have been used. We believe that offshore drilling can only be used as a short-term solution, as it is a non-renewable resource and it will not last as long as that we need it to for energy.
30 seconds, Joe.
Well, basically, we disagree entirely. Offshore drilling is effective, it's safe, and it can be done right now. To say anything else would be, quite frankly, wrong. Basically, the way that operations are done now is a very simple process where you inject water and other chemicals underground where it doesn't necessarily pollute. All that's channeled right back up to the oil rig, and then it's transported to shore and disposed of properly. It's perfectly safe for the environment. It's been going on for the last several decades. It's effective, and most importantly, it's American, which is the most important part about our energy policy. We have to get away from relying on other countries to provide our energy. Right now, we use 33% of the world's electric. We need to make sure that most of that is produced here in the U.S., not overseas.
Thank you.